For 10 years, if you walked into a Walmart and tried to tap your iPhone to pay, you got rejected. Not because the technology didn't exist, not because it was too expensive, because Walmart, on purpose, refused to let you use it. And this week, after a full decade of saying no, Walmart finally caved. Target did it in 2019. Costco did it. Kroger did it. Home Depot, Lowe's, even Texas grocery chain H-E-B did it years ago. Every major retailer in America eventually gave in to Apple Pay. Every single one, except the biggest retailer on earth. Walmart held out longer than anyone thought was reasonable, longer than made any business sense, and longer than its own customers were willing to forgive. So the question isn't really why did Walmart finally add Apple Pay? The question is, why now? Why did the largest retailer in the world reverse a 10-year strategy in the same week it posted its slowest U.S. sales growth in over 6 years? If you ask most people why Walmart just switched, they'll say the same thing. They finally listened to customers. That's the story Walmart wants you to believe. It's not the real one. To understand why this is happening now, you have to go back to 2014, the year Apple Pay launched. Instead of adopting it like everyone else, Walmart did something almost nobody remembers correctly. It teamed up with a group of other major retailers to build a rival payment system called Current-C, designed specifically to make Apple Pay irrelevant. It didn't work. Current-C quietly shut down in 2016, so Walmart pivoted to Plan B, its own in-house app, Walmart Pay, which made you scan a QR code at checkout instead of tapping your phone. Slower, clunkier, but it kept customers inside Walmart's own ecosystem instead of Apple's. And Walmart didn't just quietly stick with this. As recently as last year, the company was still publicly defending Walmart Pay as the better option. This wasn't neglect. This was a decade-long, deliberate bet that its own system could beat Apple Pay at its own game. Here's the part that doesn't make it into the press release. Apple Pay is now accepted at roughly 85% of retailers across the United States. Walmart was one of the last major holdouts left standing. Every year, Walmart said no. It wasn't just annoying customers. It was making itself look like the one store in America still stuck in 2014. And the timing of this announcement is not a coincidence. Walmart made this move the day after reporting its slowest U.S. comparable sales growth in more than 6 years, with pricing pressure hitting its pharmacy business hard enough to spook investors and send the stock down. When a company that spent 10 years defending its own payment system suddenly reverses course, the same week its growth numbers disappoint Wall Street, that's not a coincidence. That's a company reaching for every lever it has left. A Walmart spokesperson framed the announcement around giving customers choice in how they pay. That's technically true. It's also the same kind of sentence companies use when the real reason is less flattering, that clinging to Walmart Pay was quietly costing them customers to Target, Costco, and Kroger, stores that made checkout easier years ago. But here's what almost nobody is talking about, and it's the actual reason this makes sense for Walmart. Buried inside this announcement is a second product, OnePay, Walmart's own financial services arm. As part of this rollout, customers can add their Walmart, Sam's Club, and OnePay cards directly into Apple Wallet and Google Wallet, right alongside Apple Pay. In other words, Walmart isn't surrendering the war for your wallet. It's changing weapons. For 10 years, the strategy was, keep customers inside our app at any cost, even if it annoys them. The new strategy is, let customers tap with Apple Pay if they want, but make sure our own card, our own bank product, rides along with them every time they do it. Walmart didn't lose this fight. It just realized it could stop fighting Apple and start riding on top of it instead. So let's be clear about what actually happened here. Walmart spent 10 years building a system to avoid this moment. Walmart spent 10 years telling customers, no, this isn't necessary. Walmart doubled down on that position as recently as last year. And now, the same week its sales growth hits a 6-year low, Walmart has reversed all of it and quietly launched its own banking product through the back door at the exact same time. If you want more breakdowns like this on what's actually happening behind the headlines in retail and finance, hit subscribe. Because most channels are only going to give you the Walmart listens to customers version of this story, and that version leaves out the one detail that actually explains it. Walmart says tap to pay won't even reach its gas stations until mid-2027. That's almost a year and a half from now, which means the real test of this strategy isn't this week's headline. It's whether 18 months from now, when Apple Pay is running through every Walmart register in the country, it's Apple's system people remember using, or Walmart's card riding quietly inside it.